For some reason, I had no recollection of Little Miss Quick from my childhood. She is book number 20, and I did have all of the Little Miss books that were out when I was growing up in the 90s. But for some reason, Little Miss Quick just bypassed me. I can't remember her at all. So I read her today for really what is technically the first time in terms of remembering the narrative. And it's quite delightful. The message isn't as obvious as some, but it's certainly an important lesson. So we learn that Little Miss Quick does everything hastily. She rushes around everywhere. She makes a mess. She knocks people over. She tries to be helpful. We see her there trying to carry Mr. Strong's basket of eggs. And in this delightful bit of illustration, we can see the eggs cracked everywhere. She tries to be helpful, but she rushes around too much. And in the end, she ends up getting into a bit of a sticky situation where the postman is angry, Mr. Strong is furious, the zookeepers are terrified, and there are two lions on the loose. And she realizes that she has to get out of here as ever. I'm going to start that again. I'd better get out of here as quickly as ever I can and as carefully as possible. It all boils down to more speed, less haste. It's great to be quick at doing things and to be efficient, but Little Miss Quick is quick and not very efficient. And the lesson there is that you shouldn't go rushing around all of the time because you might make mistakes. You might actually ruin the situation, and that's exactly what we have with Little Miss Quick. The message isn't quite as in your face as some, but at the same time, I think the message is relatively clear that you should be quick, but also you should be careful about it as well. And I really liked it. I thought it was a nice way to kind of go about the narrative. Everything was kind of realistic with the postman and Mr. Strong. Then the lions came in and it got a little bit silly and something that can really capture a young reader's imagination and make it a really fun read, but also honing the message. And I think it worked very well. Little Miss Quick, despite the fact that I can't remember her from my childhood, is one that I rather enjoyed reading.